Well, I've been my lawyer's been listening, by the way, to the show, and he's been messaging me, and he just gave me permission to talk about revolution because you did mention it, and let me state this, that all of us who take an oath, that oath that we take, whether it's in military service or operational service, or it's as a member of the House or the Senate or the Vice President or President. The President's role, of course, is somewhat different. But we all take an oath that talks to the notion that we will obey orders. And the orders that we will obey and are expected to obey are lawful orders. So if we are given an unlawful order, or we're given an order by someone who is in a position of being unlawful, we don't have to obey those orders. So I want to preface my remarks by saying that. And that would include where the Constitution is being trampled on and the rule of law is being trampled on. So now that I have permission to actually say this, I'm going to say it. We have an obligation to overthrow those people who are in breach of the Constitution and the rule of law. We do not have to obey them at all. If they're in breach and are unlawful, that would be the same as you going down the street with a gentleman who, you have, they have an oversight of you in some way, and that person suddenly turning to you and saying, I'm going in right now and I'm going to rob this bank and I want you to stand there and hold the door, and I'm ordering you to hold the door. Well, in doing that, of course, you become an accessory to the crime. So right now, if we were to obey the illegal orders of an illegal gentleman, for example, President of the United States, who should be the President, then we are not in a position of having to obey those orders because they're illegal. So it's time to revolt. Frankly, it is. It's time to overthrow that which is illegal. So we have an interesting scenario. You either accept that this gentleman is, in fact, eligible to be president, or you don't accept that. So you have to make up that for yourself, for your own mind. Is he, in fact, a legitimate president, or is he not a legitimate president? So if he's illegitimate, you don't have to obey him. If he's legitimate, then you must obey. But if he's usurping the Constitution and the rule of law and acting as if he doesn't have to obey it himself, or that he can go beyond it or crush it, then he's in the wrong position and you don't have to obey him.
Well, he is definitely an imposter. He's a traitor. He needs to be in jail, not sitting in the beach somewhere out in Hawaii and coming back to the White House. So that's my answer to this. But my fear, Jim, is that our military, because we're so dispersed all over the world, we're not strong enough domestically to stand up to the Russians and Chinese that are here, will be here soon, and then their Canadian allies as well as anybody else that might wear the blue helmet of the UN. So I think we don't have any choice but to really engage in guerrilla warfare, long-term guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, I'm leaning in that direction myself. So we're in a pickle, and it's going to require people to really dig deep and look very closely at, okay, what are the foundational beliefs that you have about being an American? What are they? And at the moment, are we in fact no longer America? Did America die somewhere between 2008 and 2013? Did it actually die? That's a question. And I had a few people have asked me that question online tonight while we've been chatting. And it's a very good question. Are we still America? Did America change totally between 2008 and now? And from the way communist principles are now held to be normal, we've changed.
Well, I've always maintained that since the bailouts in 2008, we got hijacked by the bankers, we being our government, and Obama's come in to deal the death blows. That's my position on where we're at. And no, we're not America, and we're going to have to fight to reclaim it. Let me ask the question I just asked you in a slightly different way. If our top military leadership decided that this president's leading us into national suicide, could a coup succeed today?
Yes. Would I hope for it? Yes. I most definitely would hope for it.
But we'd also have to arrest Congress, Jim, because of what they've done with the NDAA. They're traitors as well.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We need a fresh installation of people who believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. We need to be rid of the people who are there right now. Yeah, it's become an old boys club with entitlements, and people are no longer representing the people. They're representing themselves and their own entitlements.
Do you foresee, as a person, not someone with inside information, is a coup in our immediate future?
Yes. Yes, a coup is very close. And it should be.
And what form do you think a coup would take? Would it be like the old movie with Kirk Douglas, 7 Days in May?
No. I don't see it being that. Yeah.
Would it be tanks to the White House?
It could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be just, arresting this guy and taking him away.
And would you presume the Secret Service would stand down, or would they have to be dealt with?
They would probably have to be dealt with, yeah.
Although I heard he is not a popular man among his Secret Service agents.
Oh, anyone working closely with Michelle and him, they hate him. They hate them. They loved the Bushes. They loved the way they treated their staff. These people are, they're frauds. They're phonies, and they're out of whack.